So now we can get a fix on these anchor tags and the styling there. Let's first bump this back up by setting the position of this ordered list up a bit. So we'll set the bottom again to 15 pixels. And then let's set the color, or the background color here, to white. Okay, so when we did that, it becomes visible. Now if we expand this other list item tag, we'll see that there's a base style set on the A tags, and then this is the selector, Flex Control Paging LIA. And now in our design, if we pop back over to it, the active one is set to be opaque or light gray, and then the inactive ones are set to white. So if we go back to our browser, this will set the styling for all of the items by default. And so we'll set it right here, background, and we'll set it to white. And now both the active one and the inactive one are white. So if we want to change the active one, we would change it on the Flex Active class, and we change the background to a gray of some kind. And we can use RGBA for this too. So let's set it to white, which is going to be 255 for all three values. And then we'll set the opacity to 0.5. All right, and when we do that, we get this kind of gray. But the benefit to doing the opaque version instead of just setting it to a solid gray is that if the background color changes, the color will still look good because maybe it's not on black anymore, and so it will take in some of the color from behind it. Okay, so now that we've played with this in the browser, let's make this permanent. So again, we changed some of the styles on the container tag, the OL tag, and then some on the A tags inside. So on the OL tag, we just changed the position to the bottom. So let's copy this selector, and I'll go back over to our editor, and I'll go back to the slideshow.scss file, and I'll paste in the selector here. Remember, we're inside the slideshow selector, so when this gets rendered as CSS, it will be .slideshow space .flexControlNav, and we'll adjust the bottom property to 15 pixels. Okay, so we used pixels in the browser, but we probably want this to be flexible along with this value here. So let's convert these to rems. So 15, and then we'll do the same thing here. All right, and then we also adjusted, if we go back to the browser, we adjusted the styling of the A and also the Flex Active A. So the only thing we changed was the background color. We set the default to white. So let's copy this selector, and I'll go back to the editor. I'll paste the selector in, and we'll set the color here, and we'll use our white variable again for consistency's sake. And then if we go back to DevTools, we set the Flex Active. So let's copy the selector here, and I'll go back to the editor, paste it in, and we'll copy the color here for the background, and then I'll paste it in.